This course will show you how to write Java server pages and servlets. These are programs that are run by the web server to produce HTML pages. They are, in one way, very similar, and in another way, they're very different. They both do the same or almost the same jobs, but you use a very different approach when you're writing them. I'll say this. Any web page that can be produced by any other means can be produced by Java server pages and servlets. You can think of them as sort of like CGI programs, but you'll soon see they're quite different. You actually have a good deal more flexibility, and that flexibility is easily available to you because the entire Java library is at your fingertips. Now, the word application has a different meaning in servlets and JSPs than it does otherwise. An application is a collection of servlets, JSPs, web pages, data files, and so on. They're all deployed to the web server as a single unit under a single name. Some may be interrelated and depend on one another for operation. Some are related only because they logically function as a group, and some may be related only because they're deployed together. But the combination of all of them in a single deployment is called an application. In this course, I'll be showing you how to group collections of things to create an application. Knowing how to write and deploy servlets in Java server pages involves several technologies. I'll be showing you how to use all of them in this course, but there are some things that you will need to know. First, of course, is the Java programming language. This course assumes you understand the Java classes, inheritance, packages, references, methods, and in general, the fundamentals of compiling and running Java programs. The Java programming that's required for servlets and JSPs isn't really that advanced or complex, but if you're not thoroughly familiar with the language, you should keep a reference work handy. Of course, the purpose of everything in this course is to produce HTML web pages and return them to a requesting browser, so you'll need to know some HTML. I will be showing you some, and I will be using it throughout, but if you're going to be writing code of any sort for the web, you'll need to know HTML. I don't do anything tricky in this course. I keep the HTML as simple as possible, and I'll try to explain it as I go, but again, you may need to keep a reference work handy. Well, nobody writes HTML without one anyway. XML is a double first cousin to HTML. In fact, you can write a set of XML tags that can be displayed in a web browser as if it were HTML. That's called XHTML. The tags defined for HTML are understood by a web browser. In XML, there are different sets of tags understood by different programs. In servlets and JSPs, a file of XML tags is used for setting the configuration. Also, XML is used by Ant to direct the compilation and other actions in the preparation of servlets and JSPs. Speaking of Ant, I'll be showing you how to use that to employ XML scripts that control compiling source into object, building deployment files that package servlets and JSPs, and deploying these files to the web server. I won't use any Ant mysteries that I don't explain. It isn't absolutely necessary that you use Ant, in fact. I don't use it in this course for the first few examples, but as you will see, there are lots of steps involved and they can be automated in such a way that things are quite simplified. There are a number of IDEs, Integrated Development Environment tools, that will do the jobs of generating the necessary files and doing the work of deploying these files to a web server. It's not the purpose of this course to teach any particular IDE, but if you do decide to use an IDE after taking this course, then you'll know what it is that the IDE is doing for you. I present some automation tools, such as Ant and the administration console of the Tomcat server, but most of the work presented in this course is through the command line, and quite a bit of work early in the course is done with simple command line scripts. IDEs are fine, but they can hide the very details that I'm trying to demonstrate. If you're going to experiment with servlets and JSPs, you'll need a text editor. If you elect to use an IDE, it has a text editor built into it, but if not, you will need one. I use an old text editor that I've been using for years, and you'll see me using it in this course, but I don't really recommend it for normal people. Of course, I think it's wonderful, but you need to find one of your own. If you're using Linux or some other Unix system, you already have some text editors to choose from. On a Windows system, there are several available for download. I maintain a list of links to them at this website. It also has some general, very basic information on Java. You can scroll down this page, the one listed here, and find the list of links to the text editors.